Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm getting really close to Christmas and I am so behind. I did a double shift yesterday and I'm so behind. I don't really, up until now, I haven't really thought about what I need to buy, but I, you know, I think I'm gonna keep it simple because one, I can't really afford. I can't. Not there's no really about. I can't afford big things. And I've noticed that, let's say a smartwatch or something like that, which I'm not going to buy. But let's say I was going to buy that. Let's say I had the money to buy that. I've noticed that those items get forgotten and put aside. It's the thoughtful. It's the books. It's the little things. Uh, the fun gifts, the jokes, the candy, bath sets, things like that's the stuff that my kids really like, and the stuff that I really like. So I'm gonna stick with that, especially books, things from Barnes and Noble. Um, yeah, I needed to give myself a little pep talk. I dread going out and doing the parking thing. Now I do use the parking lot angel, which has always been a joke for me, but I totally believe in it. Where you go to a busy parking lot and you say, Archangel Michael and Parking Lot Angel, can you please open up a spot for me close to the entrance? Now, I'd say 90% of the time it works, maybe 80% of the time. It doesn't always work. And also, I think that there's just some days when it's really hard, like our prayers aren't heard as much because we're scattered. And just who knows? But a lot of the times it really does work. I've noticed it. Maybe the trick is you have to do it before. Don't wait till you're in the parking lot. Do it before you even leave the house. I have noticed that prayers and manifestations take a little time to gestate, or whatever the word is. And yeah, okay, anyway. So yeah, I use parking lot. Now, do I go to the mall? Oh my God. Well, I drove by the mall 4 times yesterday on the way back and forth to work. I didn't want to go to the mall. I may have to today, but man, I'm dreading that. I am so dreading it. Uh, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, politics. Well, I hope everyone's doing well. We're finally off this drone thing because honestly, like this morning, I was thinking, it doesn't even matter. I do think a lot of it was just to distract us. I obviously believe in aliens, or intergalactic or UFOs, whatever you want to say. I'm starseed, so of course I believe in all that. But I don't think they've always been around. It's the drones that are the issue. Why are the drones around? Well, it's a lot to mess with us, I think. And then when you see Eelon taking over the entire presidency, and everything I say is intuitive, not fact. It's for entertainment purposes only, okay? Um, but when you see Leland literally taking over the government, the presidency, which I said he was going to do because intuitively I saw 45 saying, oh, please, please make me president. I don't have to be president, but just please don't let me lose. I can't stand losing. And so Leland was like, your wish is granted. And like a genie out of a bottle. But the concession was, and this is why he's stuck around him all this time and gone to all Notre Dame and all the meetings at the White House and the everything, the Senate and the House, is because there was a deal. Remember, I said it was like at the crossroads where 45 sold his soul to the devil, Leland and Uten, and ever since then, Leland and Uten have quintessentially owned 45, and 45 gave away the country to them because he's a narcissist and could not stand losing the election, the event. And so, yeah, Leland bought the presidency. He bought it. And now he's okay. So this whole government shutdown thing, there's many reasons. I'm just going to go, I'm kind of going to do a remote view and talk about what I think is happening there. But one of the first things is the government, Biden and others, right? They said, we're going to investigate you, Mr. Lusk, for your illegal correspondence with foreign entities. And you're not an official government spokesperson or servant. And by the way, Leland isn't even an American citizen. He's from Africa. And isn't it ironic that 45 did the whole birther thing saying that Obama wasn't really an American citizen and show your birth certificate, and Obama showed it and he's like, oh, it's fake, it's fake. you're from Africa. And Obama was literally an American citizen. And yet now 45 is just allowing an African man to take over the government, literally take over and control everything in our processes, finances, our military, uh, everything in the House, Senate. He's taking over everything, and they're even going to try to make him the chairman of the House, the Speaker of the House, and replace Mike Johnson with him. That's insane. That's insanity. That's insanity. I can't believe this, but I can because it's crazy clown cult, and this has been just building up for a long time. We are in the upside down world in Alice in Wonderland, and also Stranger Things. This is Stranger Things in action. So I'm going to do some remote viewing. But, okay. So they said they were going to investigate Eelon and his illegal correspondence with foreign entities and also his use of SpaceX, et cetera, which I've been saying for years. They should have never let him do any of that. He shouldn't have been allowed to buy Twitter. He shouldn't be anywhere in the government. But so they said they're going to investigate him, and we'll have a government shutdown. Then you can't investigate me. But really, he's saying it's under the guise of, well, if we have a government shutdown, you can't give money to, military workers and government workers, yada yada yada, and we'll get the money under control. We're going to take control. Well, you're not even in office yet, President Eelon, and it's ridiculous. But one, yeah, he doesn't want to be investigated. Two, he wants to get control of the money now before people get their bonuses, and God knows if they took over and did the government shutdown, how that's going to affect people's Christmases. It's just pure evil. It's freaking evil. And you saw they ended Fani Willis on the case in Georgia, which, we kind of all knew that would happen at this point. She already did, like Jack Smith, she already did her job. She did her job. So too late, she already did her job. All the work she did will now be passed on to someone else unless they erase it. And you know what? What can we do about that? We have these nefarious, evil entities who don't care about truth or justice or law, and they're just going to they're rogue. They're like the Wild West Jesse James is what I've always said, and they don't care about the law. As long as they get what they want, they don't care. And so of course they're going to try to overturn cases, but Fani did her job. She did her job. So did Jack Smith. It's the government it's Merrick Garland that did not do the job to protect law and order and justice. So yeah, they're probably going to overturn and take away information, and 45 is already trying to say that the jurors were fake and lying, that they didn't really find him guilty, and blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. Can you imagine being that big of a baby, whiny loser that when you're found guilty, you can't take it, and when you lose, you can't take it? It's sickening, but that's what's going on. And that's probably why we do have aliens flying around, because they're going to put a stop to this crap. It upsets me to no end. It upsets me that we're just allowing this abuser, rapist, criminal to take over, and we've already dealt with this for over a decade of abuse. And they're just handing us, like, we didn't want the abuser. We left the abuser. We didn't vote for the abuser. And they're literally putting us in this situation anyway. And now we have President Eelon taking over. So I think that they want to hide information. They want the government to shut down so they can start to just erase information in the White House, in the government, so that Marjorie MTG can go in there and be like, let's get rid of this case against me and the Leip Lammer, what I'm talking about, the PIPE thing that happened. They'll probably try to erase everything that Jack Smith wrote. They'll probably try to erase everything in January 6th. They'll just go in there and they're just going to clean house and get rid of evidence and have a sparkling, clean, new administration with no fault in it. Like star on, star off machine in the, if you've ever seen the Dr. Seuss or read the book about the, the Starbelly Sneetches. Anyway, I'm rambling. Remote view. Leland wants to go in there and just get rid of everything. And he wants to get all the information, top secret information that they haven't gotten yet. And he wants to just put his clenches and everything, put his Starlink and all the computers, everything's going to be connected to they're just going to go in there and get everyone else, and Leland's going to go in there and just take over, and it's going to be his HQ. It's now going to be Leland's HQ. That's what they think they're going to do. Now, will this be averted? Will the government shutdown be averted? Because, my God, will anybody do anything? It's like one of those scenes in Superman where you're like, Superman, the world is caving in, help. And then Superman flies in and helps. This is, okay, have you ever seen Galaxy Quest, where a rogue entity like the Borg is taking over, and then they have to get the crew of a fake Star Trek type show to come in and help save their planet? 45 and Leland and others, they're all this rogue. They're the Borg. They're literally the Borg trying to take over. I don't think they're going to get by with it. I just saw Secret Service. Maybe there's going to be some access saying that Leland can't get through. He will be investigated. He will be investigated. Maybe they should just cut off all the power to the White House and just zap the computers before Leland can go in there. What was the other thing they wanted to do? I mean, I should just pull some cards here. Let me see. Let's pull some cards. Man, this is frustrating. What is Eelon in there doing? And hopefully my battery, I have enough battery. What is Eelon doing in there with the, why does Eelon want a government shutdown? Well, it's part of the coup. It's still part of the coup. It's like part 52 of the coup. The coup never ended. Message. I always see, do you see how he has like a little hole in his little cap? And that always looks like a spy camera in the water. He's gonna go in there and song and dance. Look at my fish. And he thinks that he's gonna get by with everything, but they already are tracking him. Leland's already being tracked. He thinks he's so smart. And of course, he has his spy satellites all over the place. Everything he's done has been tracked. He's a fool. He thinks he's going to get by with it. Happy home, the White House, go in there. He's even going to have his kid. He's going to bring his kid in there. You have to wonder, what does 45 think of all this? That he literally is being used. See, there's Eelon again. There he is. Man, the magician, the great manipulator. But see, Queen of Swords. I always see Nancy Pelosi when I see this card. I know a lot of people would say Kamala. I don't. Now, maybe it is Kamala. Maybe it is Kamala. But I also think of Nancy Pelosi in that she's like, not so fast. I don't know if you guys saw the interview she did pre-election where they asked her some things and she was very secure and like, oh, hell no, they're not gonna get away with blah, 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 blah. I've always felt she has things in place to stop a lot of the shenanigans. I know she just had an accident, she fell, but maybe that gives her more time to just sit and investigate. And yeah, the law upside down, the misuse of the law. But I also see fly tape, and everything that Eelon does is getting caught in a trap. It's getting caught in a trap. So what is the ultimate outcome? Will there be a government shutdown? If yes, the Sun card or the Ace of Swords, or what's going to happen? Will there be a government shutdown? Spirit, will there be a government shutdown? Well, there is I got low battery. Okay, so the Ace of Rods means springtime, new beginnings, writing. It looks like a big pen, someone writing, someone stirring the pot. Spring, new branches. Something about spring. And I know a lot of people have been talking about March. Maybe not until March, so not yet. There's some sort of mandate that'll stop it from happening. There's a mandate. And of course, that would be, see, if that was in reverse, I would say it's 45, but it's not. So there's somebody. What is that? Who is the King of Wands? Who is the King of Wands? See, there's Eelon again. He came out. 9 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Swords in reverse. He's not going to get by with the 7 of Swords in reverse. See, they're watching him. They're watching him. Fire energy. He's also watching. Who's watching? And see how his robe, there's things written on the robe. Some sort of mandate that will stop the government shutdown. Okay, last card. The government shutdown. What will happen with the government shutdown? So that's a 10 of Swords. That's an end. 10 days. If it does happen, it would be the 10 days. And you know what? It would hurt people. It would hurt Republicans. So that's not a good look, is it? Of course, Eelon doesn't care. He doesn't care. His method is hurt the worker, get your money, use the worker, treat the worker like crap, and if they quit, they quit. I can fire them, but ultimately, I get the money, and I look good. So, but it doesn't look good, and this is government. This is not just a business. This is government. And you know what I just noticed? He's going to get caught with this drone thing. Do you see that little star thing, like right here? Do you see it? There's like a tiny little star. I don't know if you can see that. Or something in the sky behind the swords. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah. Last card. I already said that. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Money. Something about money exchange. Money exchange. What's going to happen with this government? And not a victory. So he's not going to get by with it. False parade. False flag. False flag. The overall, the Fool. What a fool. In reverse. Not going to get by with it. Not going to get by with it. Dragged down. He's acting foolish. What's going to happen with Kamala? What's going to happen with Kamala? 5 of Swords. That is the winners and losers. Winners and losers. Who's going to win? Ultimately, who's going to be the winner? King of Cups. See, there's King. That would be Biden. See, something, I wonder, in 10 of Pentacles, the Devil in reverse, defeating the devil, money, tracing money, ancestral, tracing the money to country with the R, to Uton. That's Biden. That's Biden. See, I wonder if Biden's going to have to stay in office. And I know people have said March. I'll say it again. It could be until March. And someone else was saying, you have to wait until we're at the midway point. I posted that video. She said we're going to have to wait till the midway point, which would be after Christmas. Here's something weird. I'll end the video on this. You notice how it feels like we've already been through Christmas and it already feels like it's February? So time, I don't know about you, but time has felt like it is really shifted. Like the timeline shifted so much that we're already in February. I wonder, there's something weird. But anyway, that has no meaning for this reading, but it's just something I noticed. And because it feels like winter's gone on already for like 2 months. But it's only December 19th. So Biden, I feel like Biden's going to stay in office and there's going to be a reason. He may have to call an executive. I think that, okay, so they asked Biden, I saw it yesterday, he finally did. He made a statement like I said he would. And he said, oh, the drones, you know, it's nothing big. It doesn't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like a bad liar. And when they asked Bernie Sanders about it, he had a horrible poker face too. He's like, oh, well, they're nothing. You know how Bernie is. And I was like, they're such liars. They're totally hiding something. But because, you know, obviously sorry, I'm shaking the desk. Obviously, we're probably not supposed to know. And they're probably are tracking Eelon with this. And it goes back to Uten, of course. And as I said, Uten ordered it. Surveillance and trickery and false flag and something with the military. Yeah, for entertainment purposes only. So I don't think there's going to be a government shutdown. If so, it wouldn't be that long. Yes, it could be 10 days, but it would. But doing so would make President Eelon, and his VP Frump, it would make them look really bad and selfish. But then again, it's hard to get through this cult. We're in crazy clown cult territories. I don't know. But I don't see the government shutdown lasting too long if it happens. And I see Biden staying in office. That's what I see. Biden stays. And Leland is just setting himself up for trouble, really. He's a fool, but he is going to try to move his family into the White House. I saw there. So brazen, so brazen. He thought he could just buy the presidency for himself. And again, what a fool. For entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. Bye.